Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be doing a comparison and a first impressions video on Kylie Cosmetics as well as XOXO Cosmetics. Now for those of you who do not know what XOXO Cosmetics is, it is a Malaysian brand that takes inspiration from Kylie Cosmetics. So basically they've come up with a very similar product to their matte Kandy K, Posie K, Mary Jo K and all the rest of the lipsticks. But out of the Kylie Jenner collection, I've actually picked 3 shades, 3 from Kylie Cosmetics and then 3 from XOXO Cosmetics. Now just a disclaimer, I did pay for all of this myself, so none of this is being sponsored. I'm not being paid to tell you guys anything. I just want this to be a very honest first impressions review and comparison for those of you who are going to ask me some questions about it, because I did get a few questions about XOXO Cosmetics. Now a lot of you guys had mixed feelings about the brand, but I'm not here to say anything bad. I do admire brands that do come out with their own products and stuff, and if it's already stated and labeled there that it's Kylie Jenner inspired, then okay, by all means, let's just go along with it. Now you guys know that Kylie Jenner recently changed her packaging just because a lot of people were stealing the stuff that was inside the moment they saw the more iconic packaging, which is this one. Now this one is the XOXO Cosmetics, but you guys see the difference? Yeah, so this one is generally quite smaller and then the Kylie one is bigger. And when you open it, inside you have this little box here. You also have a note from Kylie as well stating thank you for buying the lip kits, and then inside you have 3 right here. Now as for XOXO Cosmetics, the box is not that hardy. You guys can see that it's already dented. Malaysian postal for you. They just threw things around, I guess. And inside the packaging is very similar, except you don't get the note, and well, you have the 3 lip shades as well over here. And I'm not saying that these shades are completely going to match the ones over here, but like I said, they drew inspiration from it, so we're going to see what comes close. So the difference in terms of pricing is that XOXO Cosmetics is half the price of what you pay for Kylie Jenner. But for Kylie Cosmetics, you do have to keep in mind that they do have the lip liner as well as the liquid lip, as opposed to XOXO Cosmetics where they only have the liquid lipstick. So I got these 3 shades. I have Kandy K over here, and this is XOXO's version of Kandy K. I don't know if you guys can see, but the packaging is somewhat similar. It's just, the change of color. And then we also have Posie K. This is Posie as well. And then the last one that I chose out of the collection was Mary Jo K. And this is Mary Jo K for XOXO Cosmetics. So as you guys can see, Kylie's one is definitely much bigger. XOXO is a little bit more smaller because it only comes with a liquid lip. And in terms of pricing, if you guys are looking for the more affordable version of it, XOXO Cosmetics would be your game. And then Kylie would be, well, if you can get your hands on it, then yeah, you can go ahead and purchase them. So for the swatches, I am going to start off with the more neutral color, which is Kandy K. Then we're going to move on to Posie. And then last but not least, we're going to move on to the darkest color of them all, which is Mary Jo K. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to line my top lip with Kylie Cosmetics and then the bottom one with XOXO. I don't know if the camera is near enough, but don't worry, I will just zoom it in on certain angles so you guys can really see how, the formulation and how the staying power is on both brands. And then, yeah, so without further ado, let's get down to it. Okay, so our first color here is Kandy K by Kylie Cosmetics. And as you guys can see, this is how it looks like. This is the liquid lip and this is the liner. So I'm going to do my top lip with that. And I've heard a lot of good things about their liner. I love how this goes on so smoothly. It's like silk. So once I have my lips lined, I am going to go over with Kandy K. This is what I always do. Scent is a bit strong. It's like vanilla. I have to be very careful not to do this because I don't want the color mixing. I do want to say that this is very moussey. I love the formulation. So I'm going to let that dry down and then we're going to see. So while I'm waiting for that to dry down, I thought I would just take out the XOXO Cosmetics one and show you. Design is very similar. I can't say much for the color because this one seems to be more of a pinky nude and this seems to be more of a brown nude. So I'm just going to line the lip with this. Okay, so that one is XOXO. Now honestly you guys, the formulation is not as moussey as the Kylie Cosmetics one, but it is very drying on the lips. The color is almost similar, I'll be very honest, but in terms of the slight difference, like I said, the Kylie Cosmetics Kandy K is a little bit more pinkish nude and this one is more brown nude tone. I don't know if you guys can see, but I find the consistency for this on my dry lips, XOXO, does slightly better than the Kylie Cosmetics one, just because I can see my fine lines like peeking through and all the cracks with the Kylie Cosmetics one, and when I see the XOXO one, not so much. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now both of these have fully dried down. Now I'm just going to do a transfer test. Okay, Kylie's one does come off a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. And XOXO, oh, even more so. I feel like I did this on the wrong hand, but as you guys can see from the top, Kylie Cosmetics seems to be chapping off with a little bit more dry bits than I would have liked it to, and XOXO not so much. But I've heard a lot of feedback from some of my friends who have tried the lip kits personally, and they have told me that some colors do have that longevity stand in terms of Kylie Cosmetics. So I don't know, because I'm just trying out these 3 colors, so I'm just gonna give you guys my first impressions on the ones that I'm trying. So for me, Kandy K does transfer for both XOXO Cosmetics and Kylie Cosmetics, so that's gonna be that. Now I don't know if you guys can see this, but the one with XOXO Cosmetics, when I took it out, it does leave a bit of color residue just on the bottom here, so that is just something that I feel that you should take note of. Anyway, next color we're gonna be doing is Posie K. Now from what I see here, this color is like a pinkish purple. I absolutely love the color. And honestly you guys, if Kylie just made lip pencils, I'll be all for it because these colors are amazing. Now we're gonna go over with the liquid lip. So that is how Posie K looks on the lip, and the packaging for this, the wands go in so seamlessly. It doesn't like mess up the rim, which I really like. So for Posie, for XOXO Cosmetics, this is the difference. Now if you guys can see, this is more of a light pinkish nude as opposed to the purple that we get from Kylie Cosmetics. So I'm just gonna put this at the bottom. You guys can see the rim. Messed up. So XOXO Cosmetics, you guys need to work on that just a little bit. Oh wow, this color is very different from Kylie Cosmetics. I really appreciate the Posie K for Kylie Cosmetics. This color, on the other hand, I find the formulation a bit dry. It doesn't go on as smoothly as I would like it to, and there's a whole different shade going on here, which honestly I just don't know. I mean, this is supposed to be inspired, right? So I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about, you know, the longevity, the dryness, whether it's the same as Kandy K. And you know what, you guys, I'm just going to do a very quick swatch test. Oh, I should clean my hands first. This is not good. Let's do a quick swatch test at the back of the hand. This one is... Now this one shows a lot more residue than the previous one from Kandy K in XOXO Cosmetics. Kylie's one is absolutely fine with this one, so you guys can see the formulation is slightly different in terms of the shades, like Kandy K, Posie K. Kylie's one came off a little bit more in terms of Kandy K, but in terms of Posie K, XOXO Cosmetics came out so much more. So for this one personally, I have to say I'm a big fan of Posie K from Kylie Cosmetics. So one up on that. So our last one up is going to be Mary Jo, and these are how the shades look like. This is XOXO and this is Kylie Cosmetics. So like always, lip liner first. Seriously you guys, I'm just gonna keep saying this. If Kylie really comes out with her line of like lip liners, I would buy them all. And then of course we're gonna go over with liquid lip. I do realize that, you know, it has kind of joined lines at the bottom lip. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. Now I'm a bit sad that XOXO didn't come up with their own range of lip liners. I would really like to see how the formulation would have worked with, you know, Kylie, but nonetheless we can erase it with this. Alright, I'm gonna let that dry down, but it does look very similar. It's just that maybe the one in Kylie is a bit more darker red and this seems to be like a cherry red, which is much brighter. So this is dried down completely. Personally, I think both colors are great. They are very close to one another. Formulation wise, I don't have much to complain here. Both formulations are great. Yeah, this one from XOXO seems to be a bit more sheer than the one from Kylie. Kylie is definitely more thicker in terms of consistency, so I do appreciate that. Now the one thing that I do like about XOXO is that maybe the scent is not as strong as Kylie's, but Kylie does have a very vanilla-ish scent, which I know a lot of people would appreciate because they do like, you know, their liquid lipstick to smell like vanilla. It's nice. But anyway, it is time for our swatch test, and like always, the genius in me didn't clean up the hand. Again, this one has XOXO written all over it. It does transfer. Kylie's did not. So I'm going to wear Posie K out for Kylie Cosmetics and I'm going to see how that turns out. And I'm actually heading for a birthday dinner with my aunts. You can follow me on Snapchat if you guys want to see like any updates on that, because this video is going to be going up on Monday anyway, so you guys will be able to see that. So follow me on Snapchat at Shivani Baraj. But in the meantime, you guys, I am going to get out this lipstick, go into Posie K, and then I am going to do a full test on how the Kylie lip kit turned out. And if you guys want to see how XOXO Cosmetics did turn out, you guys can put it in below. But till then, I will be back in a short while, and yeah, I'll give you guys my updates sometime soon. Mwah. See you later. Okay guys, so I am back from dinner and it is now 11:30 at night. I went out for dinner at 7:30, so that would make it 4 hours. And I had really oily food and then yogurt afterwards, which was awesome. But as you guys can see, color is still intact. It is getting a little bit dry around the edges. I can see like some of my dead skin cells like peeling off a little bit. But other than that, I think it's fine. I don't have any issues with it. I didn't need any reapplication. The color is still very strong. And overall, I think Kylie did a wonderful job with this one. That is basically it. That's all I want to say about Kylie Cosmetics and XOXO. I hope you guys found this review helpful. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Carolyn for helping me snag these beauties right off, because trust me, with Kylie Cosmetics, it is not easy to get any one of these at all, and I managed to get 3, so thank you Caroline for that. But in the meantime, if you guys have any questions to ask me about XOXO Cosmetics or Kylie Cosmetics, you can always leave them down in the comment section below. You guys know I love hearing from you. And yeah, that's about it for this video, and please do subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.